Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. You're welcome to Insight with Dara. So today we're going to be learning how to cut this beautiful A-line dress with a bell sleeve. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. So let's get down to the business of today. So these are the necessary measurements you need to cut an A-line dress. And my fabrics that I'm working with is 2 yards, but if you are a bit chubby, I advise you use 2.5 or 3 yards depending on your body size. So guys, I'm going to be folding the fabric into two. I'm going to be dividing the hip by 4. I'm working with the hip 36 inches divided by 4 is giving me 9. So this 9, I'm going to be adding 5 extra inches to it. 2 inches will serve as the seam allowance, then the 3 inches is going to be serving as the allowance for the A line. So guys, as you can see me do, I'm going to fold it into two. That is 13 by the length of the dress. 13 by the length of the dress. So I'm going to be using the whole length of this fabric as my length. So I'm going to work with 13 by the length I have on the fabric. So this is how you're going to fold it out to cut the front block. This is going to serve as the front, so you ensure you do the necessary things, arrange it well, then you can go ahead and cut it. So after arranging it very well, ensuring that the fabric is well placed, go ahead and cut it out. Now as you can see, I'm going to cut it out. So guys, if you want to put a zip on the dress, you have to add a zipper allowance to the back. But this dress, I won't be adding a zip to the back, so I'm just going to be using what I have in the front to cut the back. So I'm going to be folding the left over fabric. I'm going to be folding it to be exactly what I have in front. So I'm just going to use the front to cut the back block. So I'm just going to place it, adjust it very well. It's going to be the same length, it's going to be the same size, so everything about it is going to be the same. But if you're adding a zip, you're going to need to add your zipper allowance to the back. So I'll go ahead and cut it. As you can see me do, this is how you go ahead and cut it. So from the shoulder to the chest line, 9 inches. That is what I'm willing out. Mark out 9 inches. When you're done with that, you mark from the shoulder to the waistline. I'm working with waist. The waist length is 16 plus ½ inch. That's 16.5. So I'll go ahead and roll it out like this. So you roll it out like this. Then when you're done with the waist, you mark from the waist to the hip line. I'm working with the hip line 9, so I'm adding ½ inch to it. That's 9.5. So I'll have to roll it out like this. So once we're done rolling the necessary things out, we're going to divide the necessary measurements we're going to be using. So starting from the back measurement, so the back measurement is 15 divided by 2, that's 7.5. So you go ahead and mark 7.5 down to the chest line. Mark the 7.5 and connect it like this. So you have to connect it like this. So once you're done connecting, you divide what you have by 2. You get the midpoint. Just take a look at what I'm doing. You get the center of it. So from the center, you mark it like this, and you're going to come in by 1 inch. You're going to mark 1 inch. But if you have your curve ruler, you don't need to do all this. At this angle, you mark your 118, so that you can have a very beautiful armhole. So you're going to connect it like this. So this is how I do mine, but if you have your ruler, you can use it as well. So the bust divide by 4. The bust divide by 4 plus additional 1 inch for the ease allowance. You know, this dress doesn't have a zip, so you need a ease allowance. So plus additional 2 inches, but I decided to make my 1.5 inches for the seam allowance since I'm not adding a line into it. The waist as well, you divide it by 4. You are going to add the ease allowance as well if you want to. Then you are going to add the seam allowance as well. 1 inch for ease allowance, then 1.5 for the seam allowance. So I'll go ahead and connect the waist to the chest line. As you can see me do, you're going to connect it like this. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you've not hit the subscribe button, what are you waiting for? So from the waist, you connect it down to the hem of the dress, to the length of the dress. Remember, we are making an A-line dress, so you are going to connect from the waist down to the length of the dress. So you place your ruler and connect it like this. So this is how it's going to look like. Just mark it out like this so that you can understand it better. So this is how it is looking already. So from there, you're going to mark 1 inch upward. You can decide to make it 2 inches depending on how you want the shape to look at the down part. So you connect it to this midpoint of the fabric. You can locate the center and slant it like this. So this is how it's going to look like. So guys, we're going to go ahead and cut it out now. So you're just going to follow the path that I marked here. You're going to use your scissors and cut it out. So I'm going to start from the slanty part at the base, at the down part. This is how you're going to cut it out. Then you cut the side as well like this. So our clothes is almost ready, the dress is almost ready. So you're going to cut it out like this, cut it out like this. Once you're done cutting, we are going to be drafting the neckline. I'm working with a round neckline. You can use any neckline of your choice. So this is what we have. This is how it's looking already. So the A line is coming out so well. So we're going to be marking the neckline. I'm going to mark the neckline. So I'm working with 3.5. Working with 3.5 by 4 inches. You mark it like this. You connect it. You're just going to form a square like this, so that you'll be able to curve it out. It's a round neckline, and it's going to have a small opening in front. So guys, I forgot to slant the shoulder. It is very important. So you mark 1 inch and slant it to the neckline like this. So I want an opening in the front, so I'm just going to be marking it like this so that it will be easy for me to wear. So I'm just going to be marking it like this. So once I'm done marking, I'm going to go ahead and cut. I'm going to be drafting the back neckline separately so we don't get confused.